This week, I'll lead you through an afternoon yoga stretch. This could serve as an after-work practice to stretch out any tension you might have gathered, or maybe just as a gentle transition from your daytime activities into the evening, kind of gently winding down after your day. Let's get started. This is a prop-free practice. You don't need anything else than your mat and a little bit of extra space around your mat. Of course, if you know that you have sensitive knees or you need to cushion any other part of your body, then bring all those cushions next to your mat so you can use them when you want to. And when you are ready, we're going to come lie down on the belly. We're going to start from lying down on the front. And if you want, you could start by bringing hands under the head so you can rest your head onto a bit of support. Of course, you might also turn your head to one side or the other. But for a moment, let yourself rest. Let yourself pause here for a moment, just checking in with your breath, checking in with how you're feeling right now. And if doing a little bit of movement here, you might be rocking your pelvis from side to side or shoulders, if that helps you to calm down into your practice, and feel free to move here. We don't need to find stillness yet. We'll have time for that at the end of the practice. So it might be that in the beginning it's nice to kind of shake the body a bit, maybe still adjust where your legs are, where your arms are. And then let's take another 5 to 10 breaths here. As much as possible, breathing in through the nose. And you can choose to breathe out through the nose or mouth. See if your exhalations could become just a bit longer than the inhalations. So starting to use the breath as a tool to calm down, relax the nervous system. We'll use our breath in the poses, in the stretches as well. But we'll just start to tap into that internal relaxation already here. So give yourself a couple more breaths in and out. Inhaling through the nose. Making the exhalation just a bit longer. If it helps, you might exhale through pursed lips. That sometimes helps to slow down the out breaths. And then with your next few breaths, step your hands out to the side. So step your hands a bit further out. So not on the mat, but further out on the sides. You can lift your elbows up into the air. And then lift your chest just slightly off the mat. Breathe in there, opening the chest like a mini cobra. And then start to rock the weight from one hand to the other. Just rocking your upper body from side to side. Gently pulling and pushing with the hands from side to side. Like a sideways wave going through your spine. Let your neck, let your head move as well. And let your lower body stay rather relaxed, rather heavy here. So we're not engaging too much, we're just giving a bit of sideways wiggles for the spine. Let's do a couple more gentle pushes and pulls. And then we'll come back to center. And then bring hands under the head. It could be either forehead, or you might enjoy having your chin on your hands as well. That's an option. And we'll go into half frog pose. So now start to bend your right knee, rotating the right hip open, and slide your right knee out to the right side of the mat. Maybe we can find a bit of a stretch in the inner thigh, maybe in the hamstring on the right hand side. The right ankle could be flexed or pointed. You can play with the ankle, play with the foot. Send a few breaths all the way down to the hips, all the way down to your inner thighs, especially on the right hand side. So focusing your awareness with your breaths to that right leg. And you can use those longer exhalations to help the body relax, help the body maybe sink a bit deeper into the pose. And then leave your right there on the side of the mat. And with your next in-breath, slowly lift your chest off the mat and bring your elbows, your forearms onto the mat. So now we're bringing upper body into the Sphinx pose, leaving the right leg on the side. So it's a combination of half frog and Sphinx. And now we're getting a bigger back bend. If you want, you might more actively open your chest. You might also lift your gaze forward. Focus on those breaths. And focus on how you're feeling in your lower back, or in general along the spine. Do you need to engage a bit of core support if there's any pain in the lower back? Maybe find some gentle core support. Or it might be that you feel okay relaxing the belly, relaxing the back, just letting everything sink into the pose. Take another slightly slower breath in, and then longer breath out. And we're going to leave the right leg where it is, and we're going to leave the left leg where it is, and we're going to go into a reclining one-legged twist. So step your right hand on the mat, and then slide your left arm, left side onto the mat, and start to open your chest up towards the ceiling, leaving that right leg there on the side of the mat, leaving that left leg extended. You might bring that left hand on top of the right knee or thigh if that helps to weigh the leg down or relax the hips. The right arm might even extend out to the side if that feels good. And you can play with whether your right shoulder is closer to the mat or the right knee. It's very fine if one of them is off the mat. Maybe here we could find a bit more opening on the outside of the right hip, right thigh. Of course, that twist through the spine, that opening across the chest. Send another few breaths down and up along the spine. And using those longer, slower exhalations, letting you breath by breath melt into the pose. And then slowly start to find your way onto your back. So leaving the chest open, but just releasing the legs, releasing the pelvis out of the twist. If needed, you might wiggle your way back onto the mat. And bend your both knees, stepping your feet onto the mat. And from here, we're going to extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. So now saying hello to the back side of that right leg. And you could bring hands at the back of that right thigh or knee, just supporting the leg a bit closer to the upper body. Also trying to release the hip slightly. If you want, you might even reach hands higher up to the right ankle, even to the foot. And then start to move that right foot gently. You might circle the right ankle. You might point and flex the right ankle. It might be that you've had your feet in shoes the whole day. So here, just giving some gentle movement. Giving some freedom for that ankle and foot. And then we're going to take another 5 breaths here. If for those 5 breaths you want to go slightly further, you can extend your left leg onto the mat. And that probably changes the sensation slightly. If it makes the pose too intense, you can always bend that left leg again. Keep shoulders soft and keep breathing. Really focusing on those breaths. They are sending that internal relaxation and release to the nervous system. And a lot of our muscle tension comes from the nervous system. So if we can find some release, some relaxation through the nervous system, it will help us also relax the muscles, maybe stretch a bit deeper. After your 5 breaths, slowly bend your right knee and then bring your left knee to your chest as well. So hugging both knees in. Breathe in and out. And then we're going to do same to the other side. So start by bringing your right foot onto the mat and then extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Again, hands could support the back of the left thigh or knee. And start to move that left foot, left ankle. Breathing in, breathing out. Just again finding a good place for the hands. If it's higher up, you might also hold the ankle. You might even hold the foot. And then we'll settle here for another 5 breaths. And if you want, you might extend that right leg onto the mat. send your in-breaths all the way down towards that left leg, as if you could breathe into your left foot. Exhalation, slide back towards your shoulders, towards the neck, softening that whole back line from the left leg all the way to your neck. And then slowly, after your 5 breaths, we're going to bend the left knee, extend the right leg. And we'll go into that one-legged twist on the other side. So now we're going to support the left leg with the right hand and slowly guide the left leg out to the right side of the mat. You can let the whole pelvis turn with the leg. And then open your chest, open the left arm. Again, you might even extend the left arm all the way to the side. But see how this side feels. You might find a slightly different shape here. You might leave the right hand supporting the left leg, or it might be that you just want to release both hands, both arms now, especially after those 2 poses where we held the leg with our hands. It might be nice to just release the hands, release the arms here. And enjoy breathing here. Let the exhalations, those slow exhalations, make you a bit heavier. Just letting go of any and all tension that you don't need right now. Take another breath in and out in this twist. And then we're going to follow that left leg. So with your next breath, start to close the chest. You turn towards the leg. And then bring yourself into that Sphinx pose, leaving the left leg into the half frog on the left side of the mat. So we are back in a back bend. The chest is supported off the mat. Opening the chest and finding that gentle opening in the left inner thigh. Of course, on this side the pose might feel different. We've also done other poses before this, so that might also affect how you find this half frog Sphinx on the second side. Allow that relaxed space between the tops of the shoulders and ears as well. And send your breaths down towards the lower back. Of course, again, checking, do we need some core support here? If yes, then let yourself find a bit of support, maybe on the belly side, maybe around the lower back, even around the buttocks, but try not to squeeze the buttocks too much. Let's take another breath or two in and out here. And then we'll leave that left leg on the side of the mat and just slowly bring the chest down And we'll keep ourselves in this half frog for a bit longer. Again, you have the option of maybe bringing forehead onto your hands, maybe bringing chin onto your hands. And you might make a different choice on this side. See how you feel now. Where do you feel you could keep the neck, keep the shoulders soft. And you could send your breaths all the way down to the belly, to the lower belly. Especially after the back bend, the breath might feel nice, kind of opening that lower back area. Maybe still finding those slightly longer exhalations. Take another breath in and out in your half frog. And then we'll stay on the belly and just slowly release that left leg down. Bring your left leg back to your right leg if needed. You can wiggle your way back onto the mat. And then we're going to bend the right knee. We'll go into a half bow pose. So I'm suggesting to just keep leaning your head down onto the left hand or left arm. And then reach your right hand to the right foot or ankle. You might hold the outside or inside of the foot. If reaching for the foot is not available today, you just rest your right arm next to the right side. Keep the right knee bent. Looking for a bit more of an opening at the front of that right thigh. You could gently press the front of the right hip down. So the right buttock gently active. Imagine you're trying to open the front of the right hip crease onto the mat. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly release that right foot, right shin down. Bring your right arm on the right side so that your right elbow is either shoulder height or a bit higher up. Roughly 90-degree angle in that right elbow. And then press down through the left hand and roll down onto your right side. You could either step the left foot behind the right leg, or you might keep the left knee bent on the mat in front of you. The left hand just gently pressing onto the mat. We're looking for a bit of a stretch kind of at the front of that right shoulder, the chest area. So getting into the pecs, finding your edge. Take another breath in and out here. And then slowly release the pose. Bring yourself back onto your belly. And then we're going to do those two poses on the other side. So now you bring your right hand under the head. Bend the left knee. And then either reach left hand to the left foot. Or if that doesn't feel good right now, you can always rest the left arm next to your side on the mat and keep the left knee bent. You're trying to find a bit more of an opening at the front of that left thigh. You can just gently press or kind of flatten the front of that left hip crease onto the mat without tensing shoulders too much, without tensing buttocks too much either. So the effort is very gentle, very subtle. And we're breathing. We'll keep breathing, allowing those longer exhalations. Take another breath in and out. Then slowly release that left leg back down. Now open left arm out to the left side of the mat again. Elbow about shoulder height to roughly 90-degree angle in the elbow. And then step right hand to your right side so that you could then roll onto the left side again. You might step the right foot behind the left leg. If that feels too intense, just bring that right knee in front of you on the mat and just gently support with that left arm. So we are shifting the weight a little bit over to the left, so we'd now get a bit of a stretch in the or around the left shoulder, the front of the shoulder, the chest area, so the pecs area. Making sure there's no pain in the shoulder joint, no pain in the elbow joint. Take a couple more breaths here, in and out. And then slowly start to release yourself back onto your belly and release the arms. And from here, we're going to lift onto hands and knees and go into child's pose. And you can choose whether it's kind of more closed child's pose, or if you want, you can bring your legs further out to the sides. So wide-legged child's pose. Now arms in any place of your choice. They could stay overhead. And you might bring hands closer to your elbows, or you might even reach arms between the legs if that feels good. Give yourself another few breaths in and out. Letting the lower back, letting the hips soften. Then slowly with your next couple of breaths, or when you feel ready to slowly come up, Bring yourself onto your hands. Bring yourself into a seat, so releasing the legs. And then we're going to come lie down on the back, finding our Shavasana pose, our resting pose. Just to let the body rest, check in with yourself here. And just like in the beginning, if you feel that you need to move a little bit, kind of wiggle your hips or shimmy the shoulders, feel free to do that so you can then settle in. I'm suggesting to bring one hand onto your belly, other hand somewhere where you can feel the lowest ribs. If it feels okay, close your eyes just for a moment and invite your full awareness back to your breath. Allow yourself to feel each breath as they slide in and slide out. At the same time, allow yourself to feel your whole body. And let yourself feel without any judgment. Just noticing how you feel right now. Accepting how things are in this moment. Give yourself at least a few more breaths in your resting pose. And with those few breaths, check if you feel that you need this a bit longer, if you need to stay in your Shavasana pose a bit longer today, then give yourself that time. Or it might be that after those few breaths you feel ready to continue your day. And if that's the case, then gently start to move your hands, move your feet. And maybe give yourself one more full body stretch, reaching hands overhead along the floor, reaching legs, feet away from the hands. And just feeling the whole body as it is right now. And then find your own way up into a seat, into your own final seat. And as always, at the end of the practice, most importantly, thank yourself. However the practice went, however you feel right now, thank yourself for taking this time to check in, to take care of yourself, maybe learn something new about your body, about your breath. And I thank you very much for joining in, for sharing this practice and sharing this time. Namaste. Thank you.